The video will later be posted on the Brooklyn Borough Presidents YouTube channel. Thank you, Martin. We have one item on the agenda this evening. Following the applicant's presentation and any questions from the chair, members of the public, both online and in person, will be invited to testify on the applications. All comments are limited to 2 minutes. As I said previously, we will accept testimony tonight, both in person and virtually through WebEx. Members of the public who wish to testify in person should sign up on the sign-in sheets at the front of the room, and those who wish to comment via WebEx should use the raised hand function on WebEx and keep their hands raised until they have delivered their testimony. If you have dialed in on the phone, you can press star 3. Once again, if you have dialed in on the phone, you can press star 3 to raise your hand. Members of the public may also submit comments in writing to testimony@brooklynbp.nyc.gov for the Borough President's consideration until Friday, April 17th, 2026. Please call the first item.
Calendar item number 1, 200 Kent Avenue rezoning, a private application from 206 Kent LLC and 206 Kent Investor LLC seeking a zoning map amendment from M14 to M14A R7X and a zoning text amendment to map MIH to facilitate the conversion and expansion of an existing non-residential 5-story building to a mixed-use 14-story, approximately 135,840 square foot development, including 116,780 square feet of residential floor area, resulting in 143 units, 36 of which would be MIH units, and 19,060 square feet of commercial floor area in the Williamsburg neighborhood of Community District 1. Please state your name and present this application.
Good evening. My name is Jeremy Kozin, counsel to the applicant. I'm from Fried Frank Harris Shriver Jacobson LLP. The applicant tonight is 206 Kent LLC and 206 Kent Investor LLC, and we are here to present the 200 Kent rezoning application. As you can see here on the map, the site is located in the South Williamsburg neighborhood. It is bounded by River Street to the west, North 3rd Street, Kent Avenue, and Metropolitan Avenue. The site is in close proximity to the ferry, as well as the Bedford Avenue L station. And the building that is located currently on the site was built in approximately 2018 as a 5-story commercial building pursuant to M31 zoning. As we walk around the site, we're looking towards the northwest here. You can see the vacant ground floor, undeveloped parking with the unique metal wrapping on the 2nd floor, vacant office above, and overall an underutilized building in a well-trafficked location. At this view, looking to the southwest, you can see the much beloved Trader Joe's. Its entrance is at grade at the corner of Kent and North 3rd. The majority of the Trader Joe's, if not almost its entirety, is located below in the cellar, and parking is as you'll see soon. Parking is located on the opposite side on River Street. Small local retail is also located on the Kent Avenue frontage as well. In this view, looking to the south, there are there's one single large curb cut. You can see on the left-hand side the building's commercial office entrance, and these curb cuts lead to two vehicle elevators that bring cars up to the 2nd floor parking, which has never been built out, but still is operable. And as I mentioned before, the Trader Joe's has parking, and the entrance to that parking is located on River Street, just south of its intersection with North 3rd. The loading and unloading of Trader Joe's, the back of house occurs on River Street as well, pursuant to DOT signage. Looking north along river, you can see the Austin Nichols House, as well as significantly taller waterfront mixed-use buildings to the north. To the left-hand side is the site of the future home of River Ring, a two-building mixed-use residential and retail complex that will be a welcomed addition to the skyline. As I mentioned, from 1961 until relatively recently, the majority of the area was mapped within an M31 manufacturing zoning district. It's low scale, heavy manufacturing, maximum permitted floor area of 2, and ultimately a vestigial relic of what this area of Williamsburg was many, many years ago. The zoning districts around the site allow for a mix of uses, including MX districts that have light manufacturing, retail, residential above, as well as less dense residential to the east. The waterfront, excuse me, the waterfront, however, does mostly contain large, tall residential buildings with open space along the waterfront, including waterfront amenities. Domino to the south is a reflection of that, as is the proposed river ring and the buildings to the north of Austin Nichols. And here is an aerial that shows this context. Buildings located on the waterfront can rise to heights of 200 to 430 feet, with river ring that can. The river ring approval allows for at least one building to reach a height of 700 feet. But this is what currently the waterfront looks like. It's located, the site being 1 block from the waterfront will have a more modest maximum building height of approximately 193 feet. So why are we here today? We are here for 2 actions. The first is a zoning map amendment to map the site within an M14A R7X district. The existing zoning is M14. That was changed from M31 as part of the River Ring application. So it's still a key location within Williamsburg still does not allow residential use, even though it was zoned from heavy manufacturing to light manufacturing in 2021. And a zoning text amendment is the other proposed action, which would allow for Appendix F to reflect that this would be an MIH area. Based on the analysis to date, we are approximating 143 dwelling units, 29 to 43 of which would be affordable depending on the MIH option selected. And as you can see here on the zoning map, the site, the rezoning area is coterminous with the single tax lot that is also a single block that is bounded by the 4 streets I previously mentioned. City planning, neither the applicant nor the city planning recommended or suggested that a broader rezoning area be explored. One other comment to note is this is located in the site is located in the inner transit zone, where accessory off-street parking is not required for new dwelling units. As you can see here in this massing, the proposed building would be located immediately adjacent to the proposed river ring. However, for the time being, it does have pretty expansive views to the west. We expect at some point that would be blocked. However, the building itself would contain both commercial retail, the Trader Joe's would remain, commercial on the second floor that would replace the parking that has never been utilized, and the residential above with qualifying affordable housing in the amount shown on the screen, totaling approximately 135,500 square feet of zoning floor area. As you can see here, the massing, the rendering and context of the proposed and existing buildings. One of the unique things about this building was that its initial construction permitted further structural development. So when it was built, it was meant to, the structure, the building's foundation and its vertical structure components allow for the building to be expanded. No a demolition is really needed here except internal, no excavation, and the building from a construction staging standpoint can occur with minimal impact or effect on the Kent Avenue frontage. As you can see here in this view, this is looking to the northeast, ground floor retail, hopefully occupying that corner, as well as a commercial use, which we are currently contemplating a gym, like a physical culture establishment in this location. That is illustrative. All of this, to be honest, is illustrative. And this is what is currently proposed and has been studied in the application's environmental assessment statement. And this is a view looking to the northwest at the southeast corner of the site. You can see the residential floors rising above the two-floor commercial podium, as well as some amenity space for the tenants on top of the commercial podium. And yeah, it's a welcomed addition to the skyline. It will add affordable and market rate housing that is much needed. And we think it has a wonderful design, and we are looking forward to advancing this project through the process. So if there are any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Thank you for your presentation. We do have a few questions for the applicant team. Can the applicant speak to any concerns or conditions that were raised during community board review?
So during community board review, and it's my understanding that the community board will take a vote tomorrow on this application. Coming out of the land use committee meeting, it was my understanding that the committee was recommending an approval with conditions. Those two conditions were one, that explore going beyond the minimums required under MIH. So more units, more floor area, more affordable floor area, as well as lower AMIs. That was one condition we expect based on the committee. And the second was to work with local parks organizations to think about how the project can, and the applicant can contribute to various different open spaces in the area in terms of beautification and what have you. I think the target was Grand Ferry Park, but the applicant is open to exploring any of the options that the borough president, council member, community board, whomever put forth. I will say that while those were the conditions, the concerns, I think, have been resolved. The first one being Trader Joe's. The applicant has worked with Trader Joe's leadership to make sure that Trader Joe's will stay open during construction. The applicant will endeavor to stage construction in a way that minimizes both impact to the Trader Joe's and its patrons, as well as with respect to the bike lane that goes along Kent Avenue. Those were the big questions that were asked at the community board hearings.
Speaking of the bike lane, has the applicant engaged with DOT and residents and greenway advocates regarding additional needs or opportunities for the quality of the Brooklyn waterfront greenway adjacent to the project area along Kent Avenue, aside from just ensuring that it stays operable during construction?
So the applicant team has reached out to DOT to discuss this issue. At this time, I do not believe the applicant team has reached out to local residents. This is a continuing dialogue, and we are more than happy to reach out to anyone that the borough president and his staff recommend. But yes, DOT has already been reached out to, and we believe that those conversations will continue as the project moves forward.
Thank you very much. And lastly, What have been some of the barriers to leasing out the existing commercial spaces at the site? Has the applicant explored converting any of the existing parking structure into an expanded footprint for commercial, industrial, or community facility uses?
So in terms of barriers, the biggest barrier has been demand, at least with respect to the commercial office space. Post-COVID, when this building was built and opened, there have been the demand for such space has been significantly limited. In terms of commercial retail, the Trader Joe's and two other local retail establishments have occupied those spaces and have been successful tenants thus far. And the applicant and ownership has endeavored to lease out the remaining portions of the retail. In terms of the second floor, that has always been parking, even though it's been the zoning sheets that were approved were for parking. That's a vestige of the M31 zoning. But various different organizations have looked into this space, including at least one community facility use and one commercial use. Unfortunately, the deals did not work out, but I wouldn't call that necessarily, I wouldn't say that there was necessarily a barrier. But the applicant believes that with this rezoning, with residential uses above, that opens the door for commercial tenants below to feel that this is a vibrant building in a vibrant neighborhood that's expanding, and that demand might be there for that second floor or the vacant retail spaces.
Thank you. At this time, we have no additional questions, and the panel is now excused.
Thank you.
We will now open by calling for testimony on this application from members of the public in attendance and online tonight. Please note that all comments are limited to 2 minutes. At this time, we have no members of the public who are in attendance to sign up or provide testimony at this time. This will be our last call for those who are attending virtually by using the raise hand function. If you would like to provide comment on this application, we'll give folks online another couple of moments in case anyone would like to provide comments. Hearing no additional comments, this item is now closed. With the end of this item, this ULURP public hearing is now closed as well. The Borough President will review this application and submit his recommendation to the City Planning Commission, which will hold its own hearing on this item at a later date. As a reminder, members of the public may submit comments to testimony@brooklynbp.nyc.gov Borough President's consideration until the end of day Friday, April 17th, 2026. This meeting is now adjourned. Thank you.